Now, there's a lot of professions what are not realized. And to some people, they do get realized because they cannot be ignored. As much as you want to ignore it, it can't be. So there has been some, let's say, for example, a YouTuber. They make videos and they do really well. And even though it's not like a profession that they're just jumping off of stuff, skateboarding and doing their silly pranks and making some noise and whatever they're doing, and they're making a video while they're doing it, right? And they become very successful. Now, a lot of professions or professionals would say that's not a profession, and if nothing else, they'll be irritated by this person who is a YouTuber and successful in it. And he might be cocky and silly and things like that. And the professional would be trying to get him to stop. They'll speak negative of him. Who knows what all. I'm not saying all professionals would be that way, but there are some who cannot see that as a profession. And when they would see an actor, a producer, right, things like that, they would see it as a profession. They would have respect for them as well. And especially if they're making millions of dollars per movie, right? Well, this YouTuber, surprisingly enough, can be making that same kind of money. So it's great if the YouTuber can build a team. That way he doesn't have to do it all himself. So the camera work, and then a writer, like ideas of what he's going to be doing, and then he's doing it, so he's the actor, right? And if he's doing it all himself, that he comes up with the ideas, which would be called writing, right? For movies, usually there's a writer, and then they take the script, and then they make it into a movie, right? Well, he comes up with the idea. If he writes it down or not, I'm not sure. But I think the successful ones, they do actually write down their ideas. And then they go and try to find a place where they can do that, where it will be the most interesting and entertaining to watch. So, and then he'll put down a camera or set it up somewhere, and he will do that. And, so the YouTuber is actually doing a lot more than movies, except for because he's doing it all himself, because he's in the beginning. It's still entertaining though. And it also brings reality, so that the average person is like, well, I live in the area, I could go on those steps and do the same thing, right? Like a dance or whatever they would do. And even as simple as take your bicycle and drive down the steps, or your skateboard and slide down the railing of the steps, or whatever, like, and so the YouTuber is doing all of that. He's doing the writing, he's doing the directing, and he's doing the acting, and he's also doing the camera angle, like where he's setting it up. And sometimes he even has something to hold it, and then he can try to do a selfie while he's doing things. And so once a YouTuber is successful like that, that would be a profession. He would be a professional, and in a way he would be more so than everyone else when it comes to movies and stuff. Even though you'd think, well, he's not a professional actor. But when it comes, and the reason why I say but this time is because I don't like to use the word but when you say that, then you excuse what you have said earlier. So I was saying, like, he's not a professional and things like that, and then I said but, because I excuse that, when he is successful in that everybody's watching his videos, commercials go in there, he's making money off of it, he's making millions of dollars, you would have to think of him as a professional actor, professional writer, professional director, professional, like for the camera work, professional actor, and all kinds of things like that. He is a professional. And then also, like, when he's editing his videos and things like that. So he's a professional in all that. And if he has a team, well, he's also a professional in bringing a team together and getting that done. So when you start off, you have to do it all yourself. And then once you can get a team going, then that's great. You can use your friends. Sometimes there's jealousy within the friends, or a lack of interest, right? So it's not always reliable and things like that. And the beginning, a lot of times, is just yourself, and that's where you start. So this is just where I'm saying examples, like you go to school and you say, or you have, I don't want to use school, but when it comes to education or the way to learn, what is on the list, what you can choose from? And it's probably not YouTuber. And there's probably many other things, like a drifter is probably not in the list, right? You like racing and stuff, that's probably all not in the list of professions. But those are all professions. And then it comes to, well, they're not realistic. And I don't know, is there a thing in that list? Is there singing? I don't know. And then there's also sports. Those who do make it, they do really well as well. So a lot of things, what are professions, is not on the list for children or adults to choose to become. Why not? So now, with everything changing, and it has changed, like it changed a long time ago. Comes to smartphones, right? We're still trying to think of the way it was understood and thought before cars were made. Never believed in computers or internet or all that stuff, and we already have smartphones. It's much more than just telephone. It's well, even better than all computers were 20 years ago, right? So, and then social media has come a long, long way. Like, that's not only connected people all over the world, the things you can do with it and how to share. And then there's different platforms for certain things, and to choose what you want to do, and then to do that is best. If you can't choose and you don't have clarity, if it just seems like you don't know, then you need to just try a lot of things. If you don't know what you want, then discover what you do not want. So try something, and that doesn't mean you have to do that for the rest of your life because you tried it. Try something, you discover you don't want that, stop it, and then go to the next thing and try that. And keep doing that until you find something that you enjoy, something you want to do. And that's what you go all in, learn everything you can about it, and become the best you can in that. And now, time changes and also changes your interest sometimes. So let's say you're really young and you're really interested in this. So you go and try everything you can to do that. Unfortunately, your interest fades. Let's say 5 years go by and you no longer want to be that. You no longer enjoy it, you don't want it, you're not excited about it. That's okay. Try something else. And that's one thing a lot of us don't realize. Just because you became good at one thing, or you started learning or trying to build that skill, that doesn't mean you have to do that for the rest of your life. If you lose interest in it, change your mind, or want to do something else because now your life has changed, your interest has changed, more people are in your life, what matter to you, and you want to include them, so you end up changing your profession or what you're doing or what you want to be, that's okay. Just find another thing you enjoy and you want. Something that you really care about. So it has to be extremely fun and that you can enjoy and help others with it, or something like that. Or it could be something what you have a great passion in, and it's because there has so much meaning for yourself. There's so much meaning in it, and that's why you want to do it. And that's how you should go about things. So if you have, let's say you're already an adult and you have a job you do not like, the way to change that is find out what you want or what you like. Well, that should be both, actually. If you want that, hopefully you like it as well. So once you have found that, and if you don't know what you want, you just know you do not like your job, that's okay. Then on the side, try a few different things to discover what you would like better than your job, or what you really like and that's what you want to be doing. And usually, if you can discover your hobby, what do you like doing, right? Do you like watching sports? Do you like listening to music? Do you like watching movies? Do you like playing video games? Do you, or is there other things what you really enjoy doing, right? Do you love eating, right? You know, and you think, oh, those all are not professions. Like, well, you can't make money off of that. Why would people do that? And then eating, like, what people are always saying, eat less and do. Well, you know, let's say, or the next thing is alcohol. Would you like alcohol, right? And there's so many ways that can be a profession. And you can do that and enjoy it. So you can be a commentator, like when you're in sports. You could be a critic, right? And that goes in almost all of those fields. You know, for, let's say, alcohol, for example. Well, how can that be a profession? Well, you could actually have a brewery and make alcohol. The next thing is you could taste test, right? So you can go and try every band and give it a rating and share that. If you have a blog or somewhere on social media or something, and you can write about it. You can also make a little video and you're tasting this alcohol, and when you have a taste, you give a comment or write about it, and you keep doing that. And how many different companies and flavors is there for alcohol? Many. It take you years to try to do all of them. And then there's those from some countries where it's not an actual company, that it's just the culture, how they make it. And so you could taste test those as well, and then give feedback, right? So that would be for alcohol. You can do that with food as well. You can go and eat in every restaurant and around the whole world and You could blog about that or make videos on it, right? What are the other things? Oh, movies, like the movie critic. You could watch everything and say what you liked or didn't like about the movie and what improvements it could make. Same with gaming. You could do the same there as well. And with doing that, you could also contact, let's say if you're doing gaming, you could contact companies who do design games and stuff and say, well, I really like this about this game and I really like that about that game. And then you say, well, can't you make all these things, or the good parts of this game and that game and the next game, and make it all, use all those to make one game? And you could come up and end up designing your own game, but their team is the ones who make it, they code it and whatever needs to be done. And then you could test them. And, you know, there's so many ways that things what people take for granted and think is nothing can be a profession. So it's not that small list of 5 different things you can choose from, and if you're not that, then you're nobody. And it's not true, because even professionals at the highest and the best, most respectful level enjoy entertainment. They also eat like any person eats. And surely there are some foods they like more than other foods. So, and then when it comes to that, okay, they care about the health of the food or the taste of the food or things like that, they'll look into different things. And they might even go to somebody like that, what I was explaining about a critic or something, and get some feedback on that. Okay, what did that taste like? Oh, was it kind of sweet or spicy or whatever, right? And so even though someone says, no, that's not a profession, you can't make money off of that, you don't try that, that's just ridiculous. What are you thinking? And things like that. That's where you lose your clarity. That's why you're doing a job you don't want to do and you don't know what you'd like to do. Things like that. It's because of all the feedback you've gotten throughout your life. And that has pushed your interests and what you enjoy away. And now you don't know what you want to do. You just know you don't like doing what you're doing. And there's too many that way. And that doesn't mean everybody has to stop their job and nobody will work as a job ever again and they got to do their own business. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying go to the job you enjoy, because there are so many businesses out there in so many different fields for different professions that even if you just find what you would like to do, and then you got to find a company what is already doing it, because I'm sure there is a company. Go join that and work there. And chances are you'll get along with the ones who are already working there or the company who's running it, because they're doing what you like doing. Now you all have something in common because you all enjoy your job and you all enjoy what the job is. And that will help with getting along with your co-workers too.